Hey guys, it's Nick McCreed here, and what if the next Assassin's Creed game will turn out to be a full reboot of the series? How will they do it, and is this even a possibility? So as I mentioned earlier, the story of Assassin's Creed has fallen apart. There's no longer a bigger story arc that holds it all together, and all the latest releases could easily have been considered separate games with close to non-related links whatsoever. The links that at present is that they're all assassins and part of the Brotherhood, but besides that, there's really no link. There's no longer a bigger goal and purpose to complete the games, only the inanimate objectives that's presented to you at the time. So, if you look at it that way, the previous games wasn't really that bad. Sure, the story wasn't all that great, but considering that the modern day especially didn't play a part, I guess the answers to stories themselves were okay. And if Ubisoft are planning to continue this way, the games could still turn out really well. It's only a shame that the great overarching story is forgotten and lost, and never concluded with a worthy payoff. But what are the chances of this happening? To be honest, I don't think they will go for a reboot simply because that will change the series entirely, and they have come out and said that's something they don't want to do. However, I do believe that we will see some major changes in how the story of the games are told, either by focusing more on the Ancestor storyline and giving it a bigger and more rewarding narrative, or by expanding the open world and making it more believable and a place filled with quests and objectives. Although that first one sort of contradicts the recent statements from one of the heads at Ubisoft Paris, who said that they're going to reduce the amount of narrative in their games, I still think that there's a possibility that we'll see a better story. The positive here is that they're going to make changes, and big ones at that. After Unity and Syndicate, changes are needed, so I'm definitely on board. Of course, I'm hoping for a more engaging modern day story, with maybe Desmond's son and his struggle with becoming an assassin and his fight against the modern day Templars. But I don't want to see changes that will change up the entire franchise. I don't want new games that forgets about the old ones and pretends that they never existed. I still want it to be linked somehow and feel a sense of progression for every game I play. Therefore, I need a bigger purpose and overarching narrative that connects all the different Ancestor stories. I just wanted to bring back the incentive to play the next games. If they decide to reboot, how would that go down? Well, I think / hope that we will see a new modern day protagonist that has no clue about what has already happened, but we'll learn about that as time moves along. He or she will be presented with a new challenge or goal that reaches over multiple games and are slowly built towards. This will give Ubisoft the time needed to create a new and maybe more interesting story that could give old players the same good narrative as in previous games, while also being able to distance themselves from the mess that the old story has turned into. If they do it this way, it could turn out to be just as good or even better. But I really hope that they're trying to return to the old type of storytelling and not delete it entirely, because a potential reboot could also change the series and cut out the modern day. They could make games that are only Ancestor focused and remove everything that involves the Animus and Abstergo. They could change it so that everything is happening in the past with no present day connection at all. This could still result in great games, but to me it wouldn't be Assassin's Creed because I would always miss the modern day, the first civilization, and I would miss the mystery, the sci-fi, and I'd hate to never get a conclusion from the original story. So it's obvious that changes are coming. We don't know if they're for the better or for the worse. Only time will tell. All I can say for now is this: I'm on both sides when it comes to a reboot. If it's done right, I'll be the first one to welcome it with open arms. But if it's done poorly, I'll also be the first one to protest. However, we don't know if they're going for a reboot or not, but it really seems like it from all the info that has come out. But then again, we'll see at E3 next year, hopefully. Thank you for watching, leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more Assassin's Creed content, and I'll see you next time. Bye.